Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're talking about the latest devlog update from Stunlock Studios. We're talking about our future plans with the game and what's coming next. Some good news and some not bad news, but sad news because we love this game and want to get more out of it as soon as possible. But there is a new timeline on the table for what they're looking at, and I wanted to talk about that. So we're going to go through this devlog real fast and make sure you guys are up to date with all the news. They're going to start off, they've just, kind of highlighted that it's been a busy time of the year, but they've been very happy with how the Gloomrot update went. They wanted to thank everyone for their participation, and I agree. Gloomrot was amazing. It went so well. I was incredibly satisfied with the update, and I hope they were too. So, big kudos to them for delivering quality. End of the day, big kudos to them. They also asked to make sure that you give your thoughts on the update. There's a link here on the devlog. I'll actually put this link as well in the description of this video in the pinned comment. So make sure you go to the Google form, fill it out, give your feedback. They want to hear from us. They kind of talked about some of the stuff that they heard already. 62.9% have not played another Stunlock game other than vrising. 24.5% didn't find any V-Blood encounters particularly frustrating. In response, they'll be doubling the minion response of all V-Blood fights and V-Bloods that don't spawn minions will now spawn Gore Crusher the Behemoth. A joke. 28.4% admitted that we're rats, and we wait until the defender in the raid is vulnerable before we steal some loot because we were rats. And probably a very surprising statistic. I knew it was going to be a decent percentage, but I didn't think it would be nearly half of participants in this survey so they never engaged in PvP. I knew the PvP scene was not the vast majority of the scene, but I definitely would expect this to be more around the 20 to 30% range for this, and not nearly half, which I find very fascinating that nearly half of the players in this game have never even engaged in PvP. Like, not even just like try the PvP server or hopped on the duels to test it out, but like never engaged in PvP, which I find very surprising, as I feel this game is very oriented to PvP naturally. So very surprised to see that there's a lot of players missing out on that side of the content. But nonetheless, be sure to fill out this form, give them your feedback. It's very, very important. Moving on, though, the journey continues. This is very important news right here. As always, we understand your curiosity about what lies ahead. We are meticulously planning and paving the way toward our future goals, but what exactly awaits us at our destination, where we headed, and when? In the next phase of vrising, a grand conclusion to the vampire legend awaits. It signifies the pinnacle of your journey to supremacy and marks the start of your reign as the apex predator of Vardoran. It's the end of your ascension, but the beginning of your legend. It serves as a satisfying conclusion to this chapter while leaving room for more adventures ahead. The TLDR is that while they, Gloomrot added layers of the gameplay, refined progression, etc., this doesn't mark the end of its development. The game has room to evolve and grow beyond its finished state. They're aiming to make the next update the full release, the big 1.0, as they say here, the big 1.0, and it will require a smaller development timeframe as Gloomrot is similar to development as around a year. So, what does this mean? It means that our next big update is going to be roughly a year from now, so roughly May of 2024. Obviously, that is far away. Roughly going to be about 11 months from when this video comes out. And there's going to be people who are very okay with this and people who are not very okay with this. I'm in the middle. Quite frankly, I am. I want more content, and that's just because I love this game. I like making content for the game. I respect their philosophy of, hey, put this game down and come back to it when you want to. But it doesn't necessarily mean I agree with that and want to do that, per se. I like this game a lot. I want to make sure I can be able to keep playing it, keep making content for it. So when the dry period hits, it gets harder to do so. But that's how their philosophy is while we're in this early access, and that's okay that's their philosophy. And as long as the big 1.0 that comes out in a year is high quality, then I'm not going to complain anymore. But that does mean we're going to be waiting a year to the next update. Now, they did say before, I want to preface that in the previous dev blog, that they were actually planning on 2 updates, another one, and then the full release. I actually reached out to the Jeremy at this, asking for clarification, because I was kind of curious about what exactly they're saying. And basically they said that we were more not totally sure we wanted the next patch to be 1.0, but we're more confident about it now. No, as always, nothing is perfectly set in stone, but this is now their plan moving forward, is the next update being 1.0. So that is no clarification. That old update is now old news. This is the current plan. Now, What does this mean with transitioning out of early access? It involves further developing our existing systems to make them more engaging, exploring new possible features, and adding more content. It means providing a satisfying conclusion to the adventure-focused PvE side of the survival experience. We'll also enhance our internal tools to streamline the work process, which will take time. This investment will pave the way for improvement efficiency and smoother workflow beyond 1.0. That means content faster. And of course, it means polishing the wicked tortured hell out of everything until we're truly satisfied, or at least until our artists are tired enough to let us rip the art assets out of their clawed grasp as they beg us to allow one more pass. This also gives us a hint about something else. That's something I know a lot of people were concerned about, and this does, to an extent, never in a set in stone, but to an extent confirms that after 1.0 there will still be further content. They're not going to release this game with 1.0 and then say goodbye. They clearly have plans and ideas of content they want to add after 1.0, and hopefully this transition to the release will make it so adding content after that is easier, because they've said so many ideas of different zone ideas they have, a Dracula system, a post-game loop, stuff like that, caravans and etc. that they clearly want to add. And while the 1.0 update may encompass all this stuff, I gotta imagine that some of the stuff is going to be pushed aside and hopefully be added later on. So this does to an extent confirm that 1.0 does not mean the end of vrising updates, and they'll continue to update it after this. And so yeah, they are one that gives a heads up that they're going to be going silent for a while. They're going to be working on this. Hopefully give updates when they actually have more updates. But for a while, things are going to be quiet from Stunlock, and that's okay. They came out with a great update with Gloomra, and hopefully more to come soon. And hopefully something comes out, even if it's something major, just some love, some balancing, some content, if anything, throughout the year before this big 1.0 release. But we'll have to see. In worst case scenario, we wait a year and we come back with more updates. So I will keep you guys, of course, updated on the channel with anything I hear, any news I find, any stuff that happens. I'll also try and get some vrising content out here and there when I am able to do events or tournaments or anything that's fun. That'd be cool to share with you guys. But it sounds like we are going dark for a while on vrising content updates, and so we'll have to see how that works out. But at the end of the day, this is the current news. I wanted to update everyone on this. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all next time. Peace out.